It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll have a rematch of Super Bowl 26. It's the Washington Commanders and the Buffalo Bills on Thursday night primetime.
All right, no table is safe outside of Highmark Stadium because this crowd is loud and this crowd is ready for a ball game. We're just outside of Buffalo in Orchard Park, New York. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. On the return, here comes Davis. Finds some space, he's past the 30. The tackle is made, so this drive will begin at the 34-yard line. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
We've seen a lot of big arms come and go in the NFL. Few translate that talent, though, into stardom, quite like Josh Allen. It's fun for me on the college football road when I ask these young quarterbacks who they idolize, who they look up to. And just about every big guy that can run says the same thing, Josh Allen, because that skill set is so tantalizing. A player who can rip off a highlight reel play with the pass and just as easy with the down in just about any situation.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Slot man motioned over. Allen setting up play action. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. They put a receiver in motion here left. Allen on third down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of fourth down.
Every defense in this league is going to sign up for a 3-and-out to begin a ball game. But to send him off the field, to really add that extra tone setter by backing him up with a sack, well, that's the cherry on top of that 3-and-out.
Here's Jake Camarda to send it skyward on fourth down. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken second in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the two-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Now Daniels off the play action. We'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Kate, I can promise you, you go back and look at the most efficient offenses in the NFL over the last couple decades, one thing will resonate. You've got to be able to attack the middle of the field. It's great to do it with receivers. It's awesome with tight ends. But when you get that influence from your running backs, man, you become a dangerous offense to stop.
Daniels on first down. falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Again, Daniels to the air. Ertz reels it in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll motion him out of the backfield. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Brought in close to the 8. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's enough for a first down. Nice find by the rookie quarterback from LSU.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there and there's nothing this defense can do.
And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
You know, Kay, one of the reasons it's so hard to run the ball in the NFL is to move grown men off their spot against their will. You get a run play like that, you've done your job. You've moved them against their will, and you've set yourself up for some later success.
He finds him right side. And he's brought down for a loss.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Play fake here. Daniels. Flushed out of the pocket. And he will score. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders have a great first drive and get the game's first points. Jaden Daniels with the touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And that one is going to go out of bounds. Wow, they're going to get great field position out of this. Some questions already after a disappointing kick return, and the penalty only serves to worsen their starting field position. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Going to the ground again on first. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Another one for Cook. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there, making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
First and 10, here's Allen. He's got this complete to James Cook. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Hauled down that time by Jonathan Jones.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays in the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Cook calls it in. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. Play made by Deron Payne.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves, and you got to be ready for that check down at all times.
Allen on 3rd and short. Completed over the middle. And this one doesn't go far.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Amendola able to put it through. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
I know. Sometimes we take kickers for granted, but I'll tell you what, you can't hit that any better. Never even flirted with an upright. That was right down the middle.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Returnable from the 2. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense out to the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, it's Daniels. He's on the move. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him 3 on that gain. And the Commanders will have a first. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. 7-3 is our score. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. That's brought in by Luke McCaffrey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
On first down, here's Daniels. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Out of the gun, Daniels. Escapes the pocket. He's running with it. And he slides to a stop after a great run, but still not quite enough for that first down.
This is one of those occasions that it looks so promising when you take off as a quarterback, and then you're reminded just how fast these defenses are in the NFL. Couldn't quite move the chains, but it wasn't for a lack of trying.
Daniels from the pistol. Complete beyond the marker. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to Eckler. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Man in motion out of the slot. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Shotgun snap, they're gonna throw. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders now lead by 10. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Gay to add the extra point. And the extra point is up, and it is good. And the Commanders drive their lead to 11. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Bills set to take over offensively. It's a 14-3 ball game as they take over following the score. Shakir sent in motion left. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Play made by Deron Payne. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Assignments were tested, and they were ready for it defensively. That's an excellent stop at the line, and it's going to make this offense seriously question revisiting that call.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Third and a lone yard coming up. Cook trying this one up the gut. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. A 1-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it, but that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
Again, it's Cook. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Allen. That finds his man, it's Keon Coleman. And he gets him around 6 there. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. Third and just 2 to go. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
No return on that punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Has a man, it's Ertz. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Commanders looking down a very long field. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing now from the gun. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Tackled on the play by Taylor Rapp.
Kid, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, when one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Here's Robinson up the middle. And he doesn't under. Who makes the stop? Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Looking to return from the 29. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Bills will take over possession. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. Throwing now on 1st down, Allen. Complete to Shakir. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
That's just a gorgeous corner route by the wide receiver. I bet you'll find, Kate, in the annals of football history, the best corner route runners as receivers are also the best slant runners, the best post runners, because it's all about change of direction, and that was put on display right there.
He's got it near the 10. Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills making a one-score game before halftime. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Tyler Bass on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills cut the lead down to 4. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return starts at the 9. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Commanders head out now late in the first half. And we're down inside 50 seconds to play. Enough time to at least get into field goal range. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Down inside the 40 now with a 1st down following that last play. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Ertz reels it in. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Has a man. It's Brown. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the 1st. Second and 3 now. Again, Daniels to the air. He brings it in. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Up and good from Fairbairn. and add 3 to their lead as it extends to 7. Well, that brings us to the midway point of this one. The Commanders enjoying a nice little lead here on the road. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. These two teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Bass now to kick this away. Brings in the kick at the 9. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Making the stop that time, Taron Johnson. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Throw complete to Eckler. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
3rd and short, Daniels. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Just how many times do we see teams go to this route? You can go to a Little League field, tell them to, hey, run to the post. It's a playbook staple. And he's someone you could depend on to create space and make catches out of it.
1st and 10 from the 41. From the gun, it's Robinson. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. DeMar Hamlin getting there for the tackle. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
He'll get this one to Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Commanders will have a first.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning-quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Completed over the middle. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the gun, it's Daniels. Has it in close. And that's a Washington touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders double their lead to 14. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here comes Davis. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Bills' offense all set for their next drive. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a one-score game. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That is teaching tape for a linebacker. Read, react, and finish.
All right, here we go. Second down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down. Shotgun handoff now to Cook. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now Allen off the play action. Cut for big yards on the right side. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Now here's a spot where the timing's got to be absolutely perfect, Kate, between the quarterback and the receiver. That throw is made before that receiver's ever thinking of coming out of his cut. Too early, it's incomplete. Too late, and it's headed the other way.
Now the shotgun give to Cook. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Motioning him from the slot right. 1st and 10, here's Allen. Coleman with the grab. And he takes this one down to the 10 before hitting that sideline. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
On the handoff, here's Davis. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills start the second half with some needed points. So great work by the running back there, Brock. He saw a little bit of space, took advantage, and he took it all the way for 6.
So good, Kate. You'll hear running back coaches say this, slow to and then explode through. And that's exactly what he did. Slow to the hole, but explodes for the touchdown.
Bass on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. He'll begin his return from the 11. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Ball at the 33 for first down. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. Another carry for Robinson. We'll have him gain about a handful there. DeMar Hamlin getting there for the tackle. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. Staying with Robinson. And this one doesn't have the juice of that last one. He's stopped at the line. No gain there, and that'll bring up 4th and a few.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, it sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Punt team on the field. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. His first effort went 47 yards. Brock looks to have a little more into this one. The Bills and James Cook making their way back out on offense now. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they face 2nd down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
They'll run it with Cook. He's got to gain a 6 there. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Now Allen. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. It's Bills football. They trail late, but this game's still very much in reach. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Here's Cook. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Allen looking to throw. He's on the move. He's on the move. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Back to throw now, Allen. Bails out of the pocket quick. Taking off with it again. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
It's Allen out of the pistol. Escapes the pocket. Took off with it again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. The back grabs it. And in. Touchdown, Buffalo. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th. Pass now to kick this away. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. Daniels on 1st down. Got a man. Robinson has it. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Daniels from the pistol. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's brought down after a short gain. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now Daniels off the play action. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's out of bounds, not the return that he had drawn up, no way, and actually loses yards. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Complete to Shakir. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Play action now, Allen. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They'll try the right side with Cook. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing now on first down. Allen. Got a man. Palmer has it. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. From the 46. Throwing the out route complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
Allen now on first down. This one's quickly to Shakir. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
Not trying to do too much there. Short yardage situation, just make sure you get to the marker and reset those chains.
They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning left for them. We've got first and 10. Here's Allen. Cook calls it in. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win, and there aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Bills in range for a game-winning score. Now it's Cook. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on third down. Another one for Cook. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
They'll come up first and 10. Handoff headed right. It's Cook. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. This is Cook on the handoff. And he only gets this one down to the 9. Washington calls it second timeout. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. This is Cook. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Big moment for Tyler Bass here. A very short kick here from the right hash. That one is good! And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
You know what I love about that, Kate? He didn't shrink from the spotlight. He seized the moment, made it his own. And that kick might just win them this game.
Bass now to kick this away. Return starts at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Commanders set to take over. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Setting up to pass. No place to go, so he just threw it away. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. He'll look to throw it. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got third down.
The best of the best, they just have this intuition, Kate. They know where the boundary...
Now hang on, they want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game. We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
They sent it out to New York just to be safe, and the folks there saw enough to change that call. Looking to throw it. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I like crossing routes versus zone coverage. But man, do I love crossing routes versus man-to-man. So hard on those defenders to stick with those receivers all the way across the field. Even for the best athletes at that position, those throws are almost impossible to stop.
And he's tackled for a short gain. So the roar of Bills Mafia, it's a win for their guys in Buffalo. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Hugher and everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Bills as we say so long from Buffalo.